Hey everyone, welcome back. This is my review of Love Lab episode 7 entitled Going Over to Kurahashis' House. Alright. So, quite a bit happened in this episode, so I'm just going to try to get through it as quickly as I can. Alright, the first scene is with Rico and Maki in their love practicing room, and Maki shows Rico away, or points at Rico. At first it seems kind of weird, but when Maki shoots it, it shoots out guy, I don't know what you call it, like this joke gun shit that you see at like cute, they see like parties a lot. I don't know about a lot, but sometimes you do. And then Rico, getting pissed off, throws the gun out the window. Maki, of course, being sad about this, because the thing that Maki was trying to get at with that, I guess, was metaphorically shooting a guy through the heart in order to attain his affection, in essence. But of course, Rico downs that idea pretty quickly. And then the next, Sayo ridiculing, subtly mind you, ridiculing a girl up that's stuck on top of a tall wall out on the school grounds. This girl on top of the wall, her name is Nana, and her friend arrives shortly. Her friend's name is Momo, and they're both from the school, from the newspaper club. And basically Nana got up there because she wanted to take a shortcut, but she was afraid to get down. She was really scared and whatnot. But when Momo arrived, she did help her get down and walked her back. Alright, but Sayo was kind of subtly ridiculing her for it, which I kind of liked. Like, she didn't really throw out any direct insults, but you could tell that she was still trying to insult her, which I thought was hilarious, honestly. And then the next scene was with Rico, Maki, Eno, Sayo, and Suzu discussing that incident in their love practicing room. Alright. In which Sayo says that she did kind of know them from before, like they weren't actually friends at one point, but she knew them from middle school, I think she said. Alright. And she said that Nana and Momo are probably going to try to catch a scoop on their love practicing, so they should definitely be careful not to let them find out about too many of the specifics, and that they're really crafty and whatnot. And then the next scene is with the girl love training some more. Alright, and then more Maki antics. Alright, not really much to talk about. And then the next scene is with Maki imagining, basically just the next scene from that, which is Maki imagining that her Huggy, which if you don't know what that is, it's basically her fake boyfriend thing, is actually coming to life, and she's hoping that it someday come to life, which makes me just want to hit her just like Rico did, and then Rico locked it away, much to Maki's dismay, of course. And then the next scene is with Rico saying that Maki, Sayo, Eno, and Suzu should come over to her house. Well, first she says that Maki should come over to her house, so that they can practice themselves there. And then, of course, Sayo, Eno, and Suzu all say that they want to come over as well. So after a little while, Rico accepts it, and whatnot. And then later that night, Rico, or maybe it was early that next morning, not sure, too sure, Rico tells her parents that, and her brother, about her friends coming over, and her parents are really excited to meet her friends, but her brother just, at that point, just couldn't really care less. He's basically at that magical age where he hates women, period. You know. Of course, the way he acts around his sister's kind of normal for almost anyone. He's still young, but whatever. Anyways, and the next thing is Riko's friends arriving at her house, and favorite parts about this episode, because Ren, who is answers the door for Mom. Well, he's stunned by her beauty, although I think it's probably one thing that he's checking out the most, but oh. And I don't think she quite understands it either. No, she doesn't, but and of course later on that actually gets him hit by Riko when he admits what he thinks about Maki. Alright. And then he answers the door one more time, which during that one time Sayo, Suzu, and Eno are all three at the door. And he basically criticizes them all. Basically for Sayo he says she's huge, and for Suzu he says she's tiny, and for Eno he criticizes her her huge eyebrows. Although, trust me, they're nothing compared to Might Guy's and Rock Lee's from Naruto, but they're still pretty huge in comparison to normal eyebrows, I have to admit. Alright. So then the three of them end up giving, I forget what the insults are, but the three of them basically end up giving him insults back as payback, basically. And then that's all there was to that. Riko ends up showing up and pounding him on top of the head. She does a lot of that in this episode. Alright. I think, and his mother does as well. I think that might have been in this scene. I'm not too sure, or don't know for sure. Alright, but then the next scene is with Riko and her friends in her room, and Sayo actually ends up finding some sort of a book that Riko does not want the others to see. But it kind of makes me curious. What is in that book that she did not want everyone else to see? And then Sayo finds another book laying down about, well, basically a photo album of her and some others when she was younger. And she says that they can look at that, and they think that she's cute and everything when she was younger, but then they start to wonder why there's no pictures in there with her and other guys. Alright, there's just basically her and her family, her and her friends, or I think a few of her and her brother. Alright, and as soon as she thinks that her cover's about to be blown, Maki said, they must not have seen the picture taken. They must have been really, famous, like that. So basically her secret's safe again. Sayo's basically something at this point. He knows the truth. She wants Riko to say it, or for it to get revealed without Riko or Sayo saying it, so yeah. And then the next scene is with Ren drinking from the container all of the juice that they have in the fridge. So his mom makes him go to the convenience store and grab some more, as well as grabbing lots of snacks, and he does so while still thinking of Maki. And when he arrives, Suzu, who tries to criticize him but kind of fails at it. And then when he criticizes her for being tiny again, this is the scene where his mother pounds him on the head, I'm pretty sure. And then he meets Maki, who takes the tray of snacks that he brought for them upstairs herself. And then when his father comes into the room, he says, there's this one friend of Riko's, he's really pretty and whatnot. And then he actually makes a crack about her overshadowing Rico in every way in terms of beauty, and that's when Rico shows up behind him and pounds him on the head once again. And then Ren meets Rico upstairs in the bathroom, and Rico is basically flaunting herself in the bathroom in a way. Alright, and so then Ren decides to blackmail Rico for money so that he won't tell her, or he won't tell anyone. But then Rico blackmails him as well for snacks, I think, or something like that. Yeah, I think that's probably my favorite part of this episode. They kind of blackmail each other. And then the next scene is with Eno, Sayo, Maki, and Suzu leaving. But during that, the previous scene though, Ren also asks Rico to ask Maki if she likes younger men, like in a general stance. Yeah, right. And then after her friends leave, she tells him that Maki doesn't really like younger men, that she feels like a mother to them rather than a girlfriend. So, yeah, he kind of got his heart blown up by that. And the final scene is back at the school with Rico meeting Jan and his friend at school. I forget what that other guy's name is. Rico calls him Satchel. I forget what his actual name is supposed to be, though. So, yeah. And that basically sums up this episode. So now then, let's get into the review. Wow, pretty lengthy already. I'm already at 12 minutes, and that was just the summary. So let's get into this review now. This episode has a lot of male bashing, in the sense that Rico keeps beating up her younger brother, and there's two reasons why I don't mind this. Now, normally I hate male bashing in any form of media, and it's really popular in anime and manga. There's two reasons why I don't mind it in this episode. One, because they're siblings and that's normal. Okay, simple as that. And two, because Ren's a jackass, and I think he deserves it, kind of. Although I did feel kind of bad for him. To be honest, I actually kind of did, but for the most part, he deserved it. He's a jackass. So yeah, that's kind of why I didn't mind it in this episode. Yeah, so that actually was probably my favorite part in this episode, though, was again Ren and Rico attempting to blackmail each other. But one thing I was just kind of disappointed in is it didn't seem to really go anywhere, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm not sure if the blackmailing will go somewhere in future episodes, but it didn't really seem to go anywhere in this episode, and that's probably my only major complaint, is because, like, towards the end of the episode they blackmail each other, alright, and then they never mention it again, because the episode's almost over anyways. So I really hope that it goes somewhere in the future, because in future episodes, because a brother and a sister in a series like this blackmail each other could pave the way for some really funny comedy in the series. Alright, like, it really could. I'm serious with that. So yeah, but anyways though, that's pretty much all I have to say about this episode. All in all, I enjoyed it. The series is getting better and better. I wasn't expecting much when I started watching the series, but this definitely far surpassed my expectations, and I'm looking forward to more. So yeah, anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. See you after, guys. Thanks for watching. Excuse me. Bye-bye.